Hello everyone, my name is Mohammed Rahim. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today topic is how can we automate simple UiPath project in ReFramework. Use UiPath through the ReFramework in UiPath. Okay. So let's start. How can we do that thing? So simply what we are doing, we are open a application and then we have a Excel sheet. Okay. And in that Excel sheet we have the data is Excel sheet is caching honors check and not honors check and state no need to be status. We just delete that thing and save it. So we need to automate that thing. So before starting, let's start to check the details because you can see I'm already made the program and running that program, that process to how can it is working. So just click on the run button. So you can see open application and provide the credential and then start the input the value of the cache in honors check and not honors check value in that thing and click on the accept button. Okay, so you can see the process is going on. So how can we make this program use UiPath? So before that, what we are doing, you can open your path studio. So I'm just click on and then click on the robotic enterprises framework and provide the project name. So I'm just provide the project name is UiPath application demo. Okay, click on create. After click on create, what we are doing, we are just copy the Excel file and application from the previous program. Just click on the open and then you can see this is our framework which is pre-built. So we just need to modify this framework. So just click on the project and then click on the folder option and then click on the data and paste. Just click on the input and paste both of things on here which you are inputted like UiPathDemo and UiPath application. And then this is config file. In that config file we need to provide the all the detail in that file because we know use the hard coded value in that process. So I'm just this is the setting. In that setting we need to add the all the detail like your Excel file path and application file and your credential other. If because this is the UiPath demo, then we are provide the credential in that inside the config file. But in your in your live project, you no need to the use the config file to provide your credential. You need to use the orchestrator to use your credential. So in asset, we no need to use the asset in that file because if you are use the credential in orchestrator, then you need to the asset option. So just click on the setting and then delete the empty row from this Excel file. Just save it. So firstly, what we are doing, we need to provide the we need to fill the config file. So config file, what we are doing, we are just provide the name of your file. So I'm just provide path application, provide the name application path. Okay, and second we are input file path. Then we need to use the user name and here we need to use the password. So you can see this is the UiPath demo. That's why all all know about the credential about this application, so I'm just provide the credential of the password is password, and then username is admin of this file, and go inside into the folder, input folder, click on the data, click on the input, and copy the path of your application. So I'm just copy the path of our application based on here, then go and copy your input file path. So I'm just copy the path of my input file and paste in config file, copy paste and save it, and then close the config file because your config file is configured. Fill it. So after that, what we are doing, we are open your project, and then click on the variable, just click on here and then click on the variable. So you can see transaction item, queue item, but we now need to use the queue item. We use the input file as data row. So firstly, what we are doing, we are click on here and then change your variable type is system dot data dot data row, because we need to this value into the data row. So just save it. After that, what we are doing, we are just click on the initialization option, and then we need to read the config file which we are which we get the input from the config file. So here you can see we have the lots of option on here. So firstly, we are going into the if first step, and then so I am going to inside this file and then go to the init all application, and then go inside this workflow, and then we are provided excel file to read this item from here. So we now need to use the what I'm doing, and just read the config file. So I'm just use the so I'm use the read range activity to read this config file. So I'm just take a read range activity and paste it on here and pass the. So here we are no need to use the hard-coded value because our config file very available into the config variable. So I'm just here, and then what I'm use the okay, we need to use the config file path on here. So firstly we need to use the, just click this on here, and we need to use the input file. So just go inside the folder and then pass the path of file and to string, and our sheet name is sheet 1, input sheet name is sheet 1, and then here we pass the variable is tt data table and save it. And then after that we need to modify the application. So our application will modify to into the init all application. Open this file and you can see open application. So for that case what we are doing, we are taking activities open application and paste it here, and then click on here, and then use the indicate on application. So you can see I want to use the application, so just indicate on application, and then you can see we already have the location of your application. There is your application, then it automatically opens. But we need to we now need to use the hard coded value. If you are using the same thing, then it is also working, but we need to the, so I'm just put here in config bracket double quotation dot to string, pass the application path on here. So application path on here, so just copy the name of your path and paste it on here, and then okay, and save it. And after that what we are doing, we are taking type into activity, one type into for the username, and second for the password. And after that we need to use a click activity to open the application. So I'm just take the click activity here and click on the indicate, and indicate on the username, and second thing we need to indicate on the password, and click on the, and now indicate on the login option, and pass the value of your in config, because our username and password have it into the config file. So just I'm put the user name dot to string, and just open my config file and copy the username and paste on here, and then click on this simulate click and input option, go to the second password, copy that password name and pass it on here. So in config bracket double quotation value of the, and then click here, and also we are using in particular simulate click, and that's it. So our application work has been completed. So now we are click on the main menu. So you can see after change the value of our variable data row, then we get the error inside into the get transaction state and process transaction. So we need, how can we resolve this error? Just click on here, and no need to the check stop signal, because we are not using orchestrator in this process. So we just copy the nothing and then remove this and save the program and paste it. You can resolve the error. Second thing, okay, just click on the tutorial. You can see the error has been gone. So after that, what we are doing, we are just on the input argument, and here you can see our transaction item type is Qt. So we need to change his also this into the data table. Save it, data also, and open the workflow. And after open this workflow, we just have the option of the queue item, but we are not using the queue item in this process, so no need to this thing. So just delete this thing, and we need to change the value condition also on here. So what condition we are providing for here? So I'm just provide the condition is in underscore transaction number is less than transaction dot row dot count, because you can see if our transaction number is 1, then it is less than from the 10, so that is move to the next transaction state, next transaction. Then he's also check the second, then it is also greater than the less than the 1, then they are move to the second, and then use that thing is similarly. Basically in that condition we need to check the in transaction number. If the transaction number is less than the in transaction data row count, like you can see our data row count is here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So that's why is move to the next transaction. Okay, so after that just save it and click on argument, and then you can see all thing is good. So no need to this transaction, just delete that thing. And after that we need to the provide something on here. So I'm just click on here, okay, and open the and remove this thing and provide here of transaction item. Click OK and open, and here we are provide the just remove this IO transaction data and put the value inside this in transaction number. Click OK and save it. Okay, and in the else part what we are doing, we are using something, take a assign activity and paste on here. Here and for the if the transaction item is nothing, then it's move to the end process. just click on here. You need to change something on here. So if I click on here, our transaction item is queue item. So we need to change this thing into the data row and save it. You can see error has been gone. So just click on here and then click on here. Everything should be fine. Then click on the exceptions, because you can see we have get the error in that exception option. Just click, copy this thing and delete and save, and all. Then again provide the nothing value, and then error has been gone. Just go inside get transaction, and you can see the transaction has been. After that we click on the new transaction and then provide the same condition on here. If put the same condition which we are providing to the inside into the get transaction, just on it to the in. Okay, just save it and go to the main menu. And we are now provide the in transaction output inside into the just click on here and then check the go to the back and click on the new transaction. So just maybe I'm doing something wrong. So just delete that thing, because no, it's working fine. So we just click on here and then where it has been gone, click on the here, click on here and same thing. If transaction number is less than transaction sorry we have got the transaction data table dot row dot count. So we have provided the same thing on here and save it, and then click on the then if it is the condition is true, then they are proceed, and if we are not true, then they are move to the end process. Click on the process option. So you can see we have the lots of error on here. So just click on the end and then change the in transaction into the data. Just save it. Okay, and then open this, click on the argument and change into the data row and then save it no need to this thing, just provide the process on here. So I'm just provide the username and password on here. Password, click OK. You can see we get this page. So we need to use a touch window activity, and then click on the indicate and indicate on that screen. After that we need to use a type into activity to type the both of thing in here. So just use it one type into second and third, because we need to add the three value on here. First is check-in, us check-in and not us check-in. So after that we have use a click activity to click on the accept button, drag and drop on here. No need to be two option, just remove this and click on the indicate option and indicate the screen, cache in, then click on the second honest check, and then use third one is notice check, and after that we are indicate on the click option and pass the value on here. So I'm just pass the value in transaction item dot item bracket and open this file. Just close this config file, copy this caching and paste it on here. Dr. string, pass the value on here one by one. Just copy this thing and paste on here also the same thing, and here also the same thing. Just copy the column and change the column name into the transition. Just click on the empty field and simulate skill, simulate click, change the column value on here, and same thing to do with this empty field, and then go inside to the last one, copy this value and then copy here, save it, go to the inside into process, because its process has been done. Just click on here. After that we need to click on the open option, then click on here. Before that we have to click on the main menu and then click on the import option, and here we need to change the in transaction into the data table. So I'll just use this data, save it, open this, and here also we need to change the same thing and save it, and go inside to the success option, click on the success. So here you can see no need to this thing, because we are not working with the orchestrator, so just delete that thing. If you want to do something with this success activity, you need to send the mail to the client that this process has been completed successfully, then you can use your send outlook activity. If you need to write that thing into the some status, then you can use the write write cell activity and other kind of activity to process that thing of the access. So after that we are open that launcher. So you can see the in transaction is not nothing, and also in transaction item dot get type is UiPath dot code dot qdm, but we need to change this type on here. So we are working with the system dot data dot data row. So we need to change this thing on here, and the error is has been going automatically. So just copy and save it. We are not working with the block, so we need to delete that thing, save it, click on the same, then going to the business exception tool. So we are not working with the orchestrator. Same thing we are doing with the condition, just click on that thing and change also with the same thing, system dot data row. Save it, click on the status, and then going system error, and we are not working with the just get that thing and that thing also. No need to use that thing also. Just save it. We are not doing anything with the system exception. Go to the main menu. So you can see our error has been gone, but we are getting this some error. So just click on file, but cannot get the network. Okay, here we have get this. Now it's perfect. In the exception. So here we got the something. So we need to change this thing to just click on the main menu, save it, go inside the main, but still we are getting the error. So I'm just click on again process, and in the process panel maybe click on the exception. So no exception we are getting on here. Click on the business exception. So here also I'm not getting any error. Save it. No, we are not getting error, but we are getting the error in the correct block. If I click on the trial option, I am getting the error inside into the trial. Open that thing and check the everything is going good or not. So just click on the analyze error option. So we get the error inside into the transaction item. Okay, transaction cannot convert into the data. So we need to check that thing in here. So I'm just minimize that thing. Click on here. So everything is working fine. Open this. Click on here. Result changes. Click on here. Click retry option. Click to reset transaction. Click on the main menu and check if still we are getting the error, and we are getting this error inside into the where we are getting this error. We are getting this error into the compiler transaction item. Data row cannot be main Excel transaction item. Open that thing and check. Now it is still data row. Going to main menu. On that thing, click on the success option. Okay, click on the success. Click into the business option also. Everything should be fine. Click on get set system. We need to use that thing. Why am I getting the same issue? So where we are just run this program and check where we are getting this error. So here we get the option where we are getting okay. So we are getting this error to the value of the type data row cannot convert to the okay. We reach inside into the if we are click on the double click on here, we are reaching to the okay. Then click on here, click on here, and then transaction item here. Click OK and save it. I'm going to the main menu, so you can see the process has been completed. Just close this Excel file, save it, close this application also, and check and run the program and check this is working fine or not. And just click on the run option. So you can see our process is running. Then it's open the application and click on the login option and type the all the condition on here and then click on active. So that is the today's agenda. How can we use the ReFramework to Make a simple project using the UI demo application and enter the case in on us check and not uncheck inside into the, so you can see our process is complete successfully, but you can see our application has is still open, so we need to, so I'm just open this and use a kill application activity, kill process activity. Okay, no need to use this thing. So just what we are doing, we are just minimize that thing. Go inside here, click on the rename option, save it. You can see we are use other thing. We are using close application, and then click that thing, click on the indicator on the screen, take 2 seconds, and then indicate on that application, and then save it and run it again. It will check it again, the process is working fine or not. Just click on the run option, so you can see our process is working. Then open the application, then click on here, then provide the case in value inside the search bar and on us check and not on us check also, and click on the accept button, and after complete the process, when it not get the transaction, then close the application. You can see application has been closed and our process is completed. So please subscribe my channel, like my video. Thank you everyone, and if you have any query regarding this project, post your query in comment box. Thank you everyone.